There comes a point in life when you realize that carrying the weight of others' opinions is simply exhausting. In your younger years, you might have obsessed over what people thought of your choices, your appearance, or your career, but after 60, something shifts. You recognize that no matter what you do, people will always have opinions, and most of them have nothing to do with you. You've spent decades proving yourself to family, to friends, to society, but now it's time to live for you. What once felt like a heavy burden becomes nothing more than background noise. The truth is, worrying about how others perceive you doesn't add a single moment of joy or fulfillment to your life. What really matters is how you feel about yourself. Do you like the person you've become? Are you proud of the life you've lived? Those are the questions that hold weight. The freedom that comes with age isn't just about time. It's about stepping into a phase of life where you no longer need approval. You finally understand that living authentically is far more valuable than living to please others. So let them talk, let them judge. It won't change the way you live your truth. Perfection is a lie we chase for far too long. When you're younger, you're often caught up in the pursuit of the perfect life, the perfect body, the perfect job, the perfect home. You stress over every detail, trying to meet unrealistic expectations set by society, your peers, or even yourself. But after 60, that pursuit starts to feel empty. You realize that perfection is an illusion, and more importantly, it's not necessary to live a happy, fulfilling life. Wrinkles, gray hair, a body that's changed over the years, none of it defines your worth. The time you once spent trying to be flawless is now better spent enjoying the life you have, embracing the imperfections that make you unique. You learn to appreciate the beauty of being real, of letting go, of embracing the things that truly matter, like laughter, love, and the simple joy of being present. Perfection was never the goal, and now you finally understand that. Instead of striving for something unattainable, you focus on what feels right, what brings joy, and what adds meaning to your days. That's the real kind of perfection, one that isn't measured by the outside world, but by the peace you feel within. At some point, you realize that carrying resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. When you're younger, grudges feel justified. Someone wronged you, betrayed you, or disappointed you, and you held on to that pain like a shield. But after 60, you see it differently. You understand that holding on to anger doesn't punish the other person. It only steals your own peace. Time has taught you that everyone makes mistakes, including yourself, and that forgiveness is more for you than for them. You don't have to forget, but you can choose to release the bitterness. The people who hurt you no longer have power over your emotions unless you allow them to. There's a lightness that comes with letting go, a sense of freedom that makes life infinitely more enjoyable. The clock keeps ticking, and wasting time on past wounds just isn't worth it. Instead of replaying old pain, you choose to fill your heart with love, gratitude, and moments that truly matter. In the end, peace isn't something you find, it's something you choose. In the early years of adulthood, it's easy to get caught up in the endless cycle of trying to impress, whether it's through career achievements, material possessions, or social status. You work hard, climb ladders, buy things you don't really need, and seek validation from people whose opinions shouldn't even matter. But after 60, that game loses all appeal. You start to see the truth. No one is really paying that much attention, and even if they are, their approval doesn't change the quality of your life. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself with titles, expensive clothes, or extravagant purchases. What used to feel important now seems trivial. Instead of spending energy trying to impress, you focus on authentic connections, people who love you for who you are, not for what you have. Your self-worth isn't defined by external achievements, but by the kindness you show, the wisdom you share, and the peace you carry within. You finally realize that living for yourself is the greatest freedom of all. For much of life, aging feels like something to fear. Society pushes the idea that youth is everything, that growing older means losing beauty, relevance, and purpose. But after 60, you realize how wrong that is. Aging isn't something to dread, it's a privilege. Every wrinkle tells a story, every gray hair is a badge of wisdom, and every year lived is a gift that many don't get to experience. The energy once spent worrying about looking younger is now redirected toward feeling better. You stop obsessing over anti-aging creams, hiding signs of aging, or comparing yourself to a younger version of you. Instead, you embrace the stage you're in, focusing on health, joy, and making the most of every day. You learn that true beauty isn't in smooth skin or a youthful face. It's in confidence, in laughter, in the light that shines from within. After 60, you stop chasing the past and start cherishing the present, because this moment, this version of you is just as valuable as any that came before. There was a time when having more felt like the key to happiness. More money, a bigger house, a newer car, the latest gadgets. But after 60, the illusion fades. You realize that things don't bring lasting joy. Experiences, relationships, and inner peace do. The clutter you once collected now feels like a burden rather than a treasure. You start valuing quality over quantity, choosing to surround yourself with items that hold meaning rather than just take up space. You see that the real wealth isn't in what you own, but in the memories you make, the love you share, and the peace you cultivate within yourself. The constant desire for more fades, replaced by an appreciation for simplicity. You stop trying to keep up with trends or compete with others because you finally understand that true fulfillment has nothing to do with what's in your bank account or what's parked in your driveway. What matters now is having enough. Enough to be comfortable, enough to share, and enough to enjoy life without the weight of excess. When you're younger, change can feel like a threat, something to resist, something to control. You build routines, establish comfort zones, and convince yourself that stability is the ultimate goal. But after 60, you realize that life is change. The seasons shift, relationships evolve, and time moves forward whether you embrace it or not. Instead of fearing change, you begin to accept it. You no longer cling to the past, trying to hold on to what once was. Instead, you find peace in adapting, in letting go, in allowing life to unfold naturally. You understand that every stage of life has its own beauty, its own lessons, and its own opportunities for joy. The fear of the unknown no longer controls you because you've seen firsthand that even the hardest changes bring growth. You learn to trust yourself, to know that whatever comes next, you will handle it. Change isn't the enemy. It's the path to wisdom, resilience, and a life well lived. For years, you may have put others first, saying yes when you wanted to say no, bending over backward to avoid conflict, and sacrificing your own needs to keep the peace. But after 60, you realize a hard truth. You can't please everyone, and you shouldn't try to. No matter how much you give, there will always be someone who wants more. No matter how much you try to keep people happy, someone will always find a reason to be dissatisfied. And so you stop. You stop apologizing for living life on your terms. You stop seeking validation from people who wouldn't do the same for you. You start protecting your time, your energy, and your peace. You learn that setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's necessary. You focus on the people who genuinely matter, those who love and respect you without conditions. The weight of expectation lifts, and in its place, you find something far more valuable, freedom, because the moment you stop trying to please everyone is the moment you truly start living. Regret is a heavy chain, one that many people carry for far too long. The what ifs, the missed opportunities, the mistakes, you replay them over and over as if you could change what's already been written. But after 60, you realize that regret is nothing more than wasted time. You start to see your past for what it truly is, a teacher, not a prison. Every misstep, every wrong turn, every painful moment shaped you into who you are today. You let go of the idea that you should have done things differently, because the truth is, you did the best you could with what you knew at the time. And that's enough. The only thing that matters now is what you do with the time ahead of you. Instead of looking back with regret, you look forward with intention, choosing to make the most of the years still to come. You stop seeing the past as something to mourn and start seeing the future as something to embrace. Because after 60, you understand life isn't about what you should have done. It's about what you can do now. For much of life, people spend their time chasing what's next, waiting for the weekend, the next vacation, the next achievement, always looking forward or looking back. But after 60, you realize that the most valuable thing in life isn't in the past or the future. It's right now. You stop rushing through your days and start savoring them. A quiet morning with a cup of coffee, a conversation with a loved one, the warmth of the sun on your face. These are the moments that truly matter. You understand that happiness isn't found in some distant goal or milestone. It's right here in the little things that too many people overlook. You become more present, more grateful, more aware of the beauty in ordinary moments. The pressure to be somewhere else, to achieve more, to do more, it fades. What's left is peace. After 60, you don't just live life, you experience it fully, embracing each moment as the gift that it truly is.